that's a question that I get pretty often when I'm recruiting students is what kind of internships are there? And I
Mhm.
know they offer some. I see some stuff in each of the schools every so often about internships, but there's some internship links and stuff on the website for career
Yes.
Connect?
Uh-huh. So they can click directly on Parkadooey, and they should be able to just create an account right there. And right after that, they should be able to start searching right there. And we also have Higher Ed Raters, which is our own personal job search platform. So Career Shift is like global. Um, we've contracted with them, but Higher Ed Raters is the Career Center's own, and we have over 10,000 employers on there right now. So students can create an account with Higher Ed Raters, and they can search. They can search for internships. They can post their resume. And the cool thing about Higher Ed Raters is the employers that register are usually employers that want to hire tech grads. So most of these employers, I'd say over half of them, they are tech grads, and so that's who they want to work for them.
Yeah, that's great. That's a great
Yeah,
opportunity.
yeah.
Um, Now, because I know a lot of students, they think really about the career stuff when they get to maybe senior year, right? But
Yep.
when should students start looking into that kind of career products and pathways?
Oh, when? I mean, yeah. So the earlier the better. And this is what we really sell to the freshmen when we do our resource fairs. When we do our Red Raider road shows, when we go to Dallas and El Paso and Austin, San Antonio, when we're talking to the students, and just not only the students, but the parents as well, we really want the parents to understand that career development doesn't start when you're a senior getting ready to graduate. I mean, career development starts as early as high school. I mean, you could start working at a part-time job in high school and start developing certain key skills that could lead to a great long-term career. But it really just depends on the student's goals. So we try to educate the students and the parents as well that, when you first start, when you first start taking classes of tech as a freshman, I mean, take advantage of all the opportunities. Part-time jobs, working on campus. If you already know what you want to major in, and you already know, like for example, if you already know you want to be a physician and you want to do the pre-med track, that's awesome. Start taking advantage of that at the freshman year. Start working part-time at the Health Science Center. Start getting that real-world experience under your belt while you're taking classes. Because if you wait too long, if you wait until you're a senior, I mean, yeah, you might get really lucky and get a like of a lucky break, but most of the time it's going to be hard to advance your career if you just have the coursework and no experience to go with it. So we really try to, drill that into the students. Like, you need to get experience as early as possible.
Yeah, no, totally agree. Because we talk to students about all the applicable skills that you learn through the arts, time
Hmm.
management, speaking in front of people,
Yes.
through, whatever you do, performance or exhibitions, things like that. So yeah, the sooner you can really start using those skills to, in some sort of job, whatever it is, internship, part-time,
Hmm.
whatever, that's a good
Right.
idea to do.
Yeah. And I really want to compliment the acting students. Well, not just the acting students, but all the CVPA students, because I mean, due to the nature of their training, they already have such a. Oh, sorry, the dogs are going crazy.
That's okay.
Sorry. Uh, they, and I always admired this about these students, but it just because of the way that they've been trained, for like acting, for example, with like speech and voice, they already have really awesome soft skills that could go to stuff like advertising and sales and PR. And I mean, there's a lot of acting students that if they didn't want to pursue a career in acting, I mean, they could go into PR or sales or like communications. And I mean, they would be just as good, if not better, than some of the students that are like majoring in that because just the nature of their training. So I've always been amazed by that.
Yeah, no, good point. So if a student wants to meet with you, you said you do like hour-long sessions. Um,
Yes.
how do they get that set up?
Sure. So they can just call the phone number. They can call 742-2210 and just say, I'd like to make an appointment with either Taylor or one of the counselors. for whatever it is that they need help with, either a mock interview, a resume critique, a cover letter. I will say for the resumes and cover letters, if you just say, I want the appointment, they're going to default you to half an hour. And that makes a lot of students kind of upset. So I like to just go ahead and throw it out there. If you want the whole hour, then you have to specify, I'd like the whole hour. But mock interviews are already defaulted to an hour.
Okay. And now, are you right now, obviously can't do a whole lot of face-to-face. Are you doing some of these kind of calls, I think?
A lot. Yeah, we still do a lot of one-on-one interviews through Zoom, and we do quite a bit of panel interviews through Zoom to help students get ready for the panel interview.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Now, any last things you want to, advise any future students or current students in visual and performing arts?
Well, just number one, I mean, stay safe. We're in a pandemic right now, and there's a lot of uncertainty, which creates a lot of anxiety. Um, you know, a vaccine could come out tomorrow, who knows, or it may not happen for another 2 years. There's just a lot of uncertainty. So yeah, so just stay safe. Be smart. It's hard to get the most out of college when you've got COVID and you're like quarantined the whole time and you can't really get out and do anything. So yeah, that's probably my biggest piece of advice. And then and just the other thing, kind of like I said earlier, just always try to sell yourself no matter what, no matter where, because again, you never know who you're going to run into. So just always put your best foot forward.